Am I live? I think I am. Hello everyone. Welcome to the first live broadcast. I think I am. Okay. Hello everyone. All right. Hi Stacey Rogers. Thank you so much. You are the first person other than myself to comment on my live stream. I'm I'm so I'm figuring this out as I go. I apologize if I look a little too happy. Hello, Disney fanatic. Oh, thank you for letting me know, Stacey. Hey, Disney fanatic. Stacey Rogers, thank you guys so much for being with me tonight. This is my like I said, this is my first live stream, so I'm a little nervous. Um, First, I want to say hello to all of you who may be watching in the replay. If you're watching it later, thank you so much for taking the time out to watch the videos. Thank you so much to everyone who has liked and subscribed to the channel. I started this channel back at the end of July of this past year, and this morning I reached 72 subscribers, and that's insane to me. This is Stacey says this is only a volunteer statement, but if you need any mods for your channel, LOL. Stacey, that would be actually awesome. If you want to message me on Instagram and tell me exactly how to do that, I would be happy to have you as a mod. I know that you're mods for several of the other channels. I know you do a great job, so I'd be happy to have you as a mod for mine. Oh, that means I feel so loved already. So like I said, I only started this channel back in July, and I'm trying to do more scrapbooking things right now. Since we haven't been on a trip, I'm really sorry about the glare from my glasses. So please bear with me if I just try to figure out how to get rid of that a little bit. Hello to Little Darlin 715. Hello, Mickey's Magic. Hey, Meg. I actually don't know how to do that. I believe it is something you do on your end. Okay, well, Stacey, I will figure out how to do that, and definitely I will make you one of my mods. Thank you. All right, so I did a Insta poll on my Instagram story asking what exactly people wanted me to do my first live stream on. And all the votes were, because I gave the option of scrapbooking and I gave the option of Disney. And people voted for Disney. So I'm going to kind of combine the two and talk about some free things that you can get at Disney that you can use in your scrapbooking. Hey, Pam Sam, thanks so much for joining us tonight. There isn't that really much of a glare. Oh, good. Thank you, Disney Fanatic. I see it on my end, so it makes me a little worried. I've been playing with the lighting for like 3 hours. So that I was very concerned about it. So when we do Disney, we know that there's so much. Hold on. To make a mod, just hit the little buttons to the right of the name on the YouTube chat. We'll have the option to make a moderator. Oh, thank you, Meg. That's quite helpful. I will take care of that after a bit. So I've been going to Disney since 2014, but I've been scrapbooking a lot longer than that. And I love to add those little things into my scrapbooks that just make them more personalized. So, but we all know that Disney's expensive. I mean, if you figure in tickets and flights or gas, car rental, room, it gets pricey after a while. And one more thing that you want to do is you just don't want to put that much money into something extra that's going into a book on your shelf. So I've kind of racked my brain. I've went through my own stash of stuff in my craft room. I've looked through my books, and I think I have found some things that we can get at Disney that are free and that we can use in our craft books. So let me check in the chat, see if I've missed anything. Did it freeze for anyone else? Oh no, I hope not. Is it frozen? Welcome to Little Darlin 715. I'm trying to see if it's frozen on my end. Is it frozen? I don't think so. Is anybody else having freezing problems? I'm not seeing anything else in the chat. Okay. All right. So in our rooms, if you are staying on Disney property, you are aware that underneath the glasses, Disney fan, no, you're good noise. Oh, good. I'm panicking here a little bit. Thank you everyone for being so kind tonight. Who recognizes these? The little coasters that we get in our room underneath the glasses. They are super awesome for scrapbooking just because they're super simple. They don't take up too much space on a page. If you're needing something for like a title page or for extras, these little coasters are perfect. And to be honest, I've actually asked housekeeping for some extras and they were happy to give them to me. Something that is free to do in the Magic Kingdom and that not a lot of people know about is the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom game. And what it is, if you don't know what that is you sign up and you're defeating villains in the Magic Kingdom. And you start out at the firehouse and you are volunteering to do it, and they give you a starter pack with the key to unlock the portals, and it's attached to your magic band. So something to note that if you're planning to play some and then go home and come back and pick up, you will need the exact magic band that you were using the last time you were playing. So make sure, like, put a sticky note on it, put a rubber band on it, something, so you know exactly which magic band you were playing with the last time you were at Disney. But these little cards also can make great pieces for your scrapbooks. Because as we know, if you're there multiple days, you can pick up, even if you just go by and say, hey, I want my new pack of cards, you're going to end up with doubles. Like in my little stack here of examples, I've got two of Quasimodo. Something that I've seen on, it's in a Sorcerers of Magic Kingdom group on Facebook, was they were actually having characters autograph their extra cards in the center and using them as a character autograph idea. I'm going to take that one step further, and that could be an autograph card for your scrapbook. It's free, and why not? If you've got extras, sometimes people will trade them, whether in groups, whether online and whatnot. Something else to consider when you're doing autographs is a regular ink pen is going to not do so well sometimes. A permanent marker is your best friend. And this is a big one. It's just one I have a little zippy bag that I have for vacation full of permanent markers. And with the holidays coming up, Walmart, Target, Fred Meyer, some of your more shopping stores are going to have your Black Friday sales. And on Black Friday, sometimes they will have big sets of permanent markers on sale for like $7 or $8. I got these big markers a couple years ago on Black Friday. I think there was like 24, 25 of them, and they were $8. But something to remember is that our furry friends, the green and the blue, do not come out easily out of their fur. So if you're seeing Pooh or Tigger or Piglet, Eeyore, etc., using a color that's not green or blue is going to be much better just in case they get it on their fur. Leave the greens and blues for Cinderella, Peter Pan, etc. Just a little tip that I learned and I thought I'd share with you guys. Another item that's free for your scrapbooking is the Enchanted Tales with Belle bookmark, and I am not ashamed to say that when they were asking if anyone else wanted to participate, I did it. I have the photos to prove it, and I will share one on Instagram a little bit later with you guys. Sam actually was in it as well. He was one of the knights, and what was kind of cool is both of the guys that were knights were both in the army. They both had they didn't know that Sam was, but the other guy had an army t-shirt on, so I thought it was just so cool that they ended up picking two guys that were in the army to be knights. If you participate in the show, and I think they give them to all of the kids as well, as you leave, I'm trying to center this a little bit, you get a bookmark that says, you'll always be part of my favorite story, Belle. There we go. And then on the other side, it simply says Enchanted Tales with Belle. Now, if you're going with multiple people, you'll end up with multiples. So if you want to do like one side, on your book and then beside it have the other side, or you could simply make a photocopy. I've done that a lot of times with things that maybe there's two sides of, like if you're celebrating a birthday at Disney World, sometimes you'll get a card signed by the character. I will take and photocopy it because typically they sign on both sides, and I will cut apart the cards so that you have a front and the inside so you can see the signatures. Just, little things at Disney that you can use in your scrapbooks that aren't going to cost you anything extra. One, look over here and read the chat. The cakes on my phone. Okay, that's good. Stacey Rogers says, that's a cool idea. Little Darling 715 says, wonderful idea. Oh, thanks, guys. We appreciate that. During the festivals at Epcot, Food and Wine, or Festival of the Holidays, you get the little booklets for your passport, and inside, as we know, there are the little stickers. Something that you can do if you're like me and you take pictures of literally everything and it drives your husband insane. Literally, he started giving me a countdown of how many photo stops he would make one day. He's like, you're down to 10 times. I will stop and let you have them take my photo. I'm like, oh boy. Oh gosh. Hi, the Shep family. Welcome in. Oh, I kind of feel sort of special now the Shep family's here. I feel so special that you guys are here, but he made his 1,000. If you didn't know, the Shep family made their 1,000 subscribers last night, so congratulations to the Shep family on that. I take photos of literally everything, and that includes food. And what you can do, because if you go to Food and Wine, you can grab one of these little passports at literally every kiosk. I take some of them apart and I will go, okay, let's find one that I know I've had. Like at Active Eats, the peppered mac and cheese. What is that called? I know it's at Active Eats. It's the macaroni and cheese with the peppers and the bacons and the scallions. It is so good. I would take gonna pick a random page because I just can't find it. I would take and put my sticker on the page, I'd cut it apart, and I'd put it in my album beside it because it talks about the food and everything about it. So it's just another one of those free little things that gives us a little bit of extra for our scrapbooking. Now, I just dropped one. Oops. Another one of the things that's free that you can use in your scrapbooking, but you just kind of have to finagle it a little bit, are the celebration buttons. I just grabbed one off of my pin board. So this one was from our last trip. So it was Sam's birthday. You can actually pop these back parts out and put them in your book if you can kind of fill it. Or what I've also seen people do is they turn these into magnets for their refrigerators. So if you're like me and you have like a drawer full of buttons because inevitably one day you went to the park and you forgot your button and you're like, oh, they have more buttons there. Great. You have like 15 of them that say happy birthday. You can turn them into magnets. Another little great idea to get them out of the drawer, onto the refrigerator, into your scrapbook. Let's see. Checking back to the chat and see if I've missed anything. Okay. Something else. I didn't know about this until our last trip in our longer trip, which was in 2017. In 2017, we went for 2 weeks over Thanksgiving. And one of the things that I had read was that if you really enjoy a recipe, make sure and ask your server, because typically they have recipe cards that they will give you with the recipe on them. And so we ate at the Diamond Horseshoe, and I told the hostess that I really enjoyed the Chipotle Ranch dressing, and I asked if she had the recipe card for it. So when she brought out our drink refills, she brought me this little envelope and said, here's your recipe. So I was like, well, okay, that's really formal. Here's what the front of my recipe looks like. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. It's got a little embossed gold Mickey on it. On the back, it's literally, try to get it, is literally a greeting card that they have printed the recipe for the Chipotle Ranch dressing. It is also the Liberty Tree Tavern dressing. So if you've had the salad dressing at Liberty Tree Tavern, it's the same recipe, but it was so good. But I thought it was such an interesting way to give it out in just this little card. It felt very formal. So how are the kids feeling? They're getting better. Oh, Chat family, that is so great to hear that the kids are feeling better. I had a double ear infection before myself, and that was not a fun thing. Not fun at all. So glad that they're feeling better. Pam spam. Oh wow, never knew they would give out their secret recipes. Oh well. Yes. Sometimes they will say, no, I'm sorry, we can't give that out. But most of the time they will give you the recipe if they have it. If they don't, they will usually tell you to contact customer service, and sometimes they will be able to give them to you that way. Does our dream, thanks so much for stop popping in. Appreciate it. Something that they don't do it anymore with the new process for a memory maker. But when you were at Food and Wine or Festival of the Holidays and you got the memory maker package, they would actually put in as extra stock photos. They were recipe cards of the photos. So Pam, if there's something that you're interested in for a recipe, let me know, and I might be able to find it in one of those stock photos that I have. So just something to think about. Something else that you can get literally every time you turn around, whether it's a cast member, whether it's in line, whether you're walking by a kiosk, stickers. I mean, who doesn't have a stash of Disney stickers from a cast member sitting in their craft room or in their box of stuff or in their vacation stuff? I mean, I think we all do, right? Literally, we all have Disney stickers in our craft stuff or in our house somewhere. These are from Disney Vacation Club, and it is to promote Alani. This one is Donald and Daisy, and then Mickey's surfing. Pretty much, that's what these ones are. I had some more that fell on the floor, and they were actually Mickey dressed up as Santa, so those must be some that I got from our trip in Thanksgiving. Do you guys have any questions about Disney scrapbooking? I'd love to answer them. Pam Sam, I've never been to Disney, so I'd not know what to ask for, but any recipe would love to try from Disney. Okay, cool. I will post some of those on my Instagram in the upcoming week or so then, Pam. That way you can grab those. Literally, if there's something that you've seen like online or something, you can email guest services at Disney and tell them, hey, I saw such and such food on the the Disney Parks blog or on one of the websites, or one of my friends said that she had it, and typically they will email you the recipe as well. So if I don't have something, typically they will be willing to share that with you. Oh, there's only been a couple times that I have been told no, and that was because the way that the recipe is created, it's like to feed a massive amount of people, and it's not one that is just, they don't have it available for the smaller portion sizes. That would be great. Thanks. Hey, not a problem. I'm happy to help. We're all a Disney family and community around here. I thank you guys so much. You guys have really made my night. Yes, Stacey Rogers makes a good point. Pants, you can go to on the Disney website and look at the menus from all the restaurants, and if there's something that sounds appealing, just email them and let them know. And they're usually really good about doing that for you. Yes, please hit the like button. Please, that you guys don't know how much it means to me that you guys took time out of your days to come and watch my live stream. I was having a panic attack earlier today, and I said, Sam, what if nobody's on my live stream? And he's like, somebody will be on your live stream. He's not, but he's doing something else. I think he's in the living room. I'm so I'm glad you have come to join us, Lena. It's great getting to know you. Aw, thanks, Pam Sam. That you guys are just awesome. I love you guys. You guys have really made my day. I'm going through my list. Oh yes, where did those go? Here they are. I knew I had something else. Something else that's really good for scrapbooking that literally costs you nothing. Park maps. As you can tell, these are some of my park maps from 2017 Festival of the Holidays. And I scrapbook chronologically for our trips, where I do arrival day and everything we did in arrival day, and then chronologically after that. So if we park hop, I will literally change in the middle of the day and do a park hopping. So I make sure and grab tons of extra maps because I will cut them apart. Like with the Epcot one, I'll cut this portion out because on the back, it will leave the actual map. And then I will put it as a double page spread in my book with maybe some extra photos that I haven't used for the rest of that portion of the book. You can grab them by the handfuls and no one's going to care because after Festival of the Holidays is over, any that are left went into recycling. I have still got one very Merry Christmas map from 2017 left. I had like 5 of them. But I collect the Times guides because then I know what was going on at that point. I've got the one from Disney Springs. They are just a really great thing to use in your books. And with all the construction that's gone on, with the incoming of Toy Story Land and Star Wars Land in studios and all the construction in Epcot, having the older maps in my books shows me what Epcot or studios or Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom looked like at the time of our last trip. Okay, I missed something. I'm glad you don't panic. We are here for you. Oh, thanks, Diz Our Dream. Shut family park maps are a must grab for me for every trip. Yes, definitely. Paul McDonald, hi, welcome to the stream. I hope you are having a great day. Hello, welcome. Stacey Rogers says, what Pam said, I also really think you have the perfect channel name, and I can't help it. Every time I read the oh my, I hear George Takei's voice. I live in Kansas, and so of course the whole lions and tigers and bears oh my, and so it's papers and scissors and vacations oh my. So I'm from Kansas. I had to use Wizard of Oz. So that is what came up in my head when I go, what could I name my channel? And I don't know why, because I haven't watched The Wizard of Oz in a while. And all of a sudden, papers and scissors and vacations oh my just popped into my head. So that's what I went with, and I rolled with it. But if you notice, I have PSV because I got nicknamed that in a different live stream because I think people are tired of saying paper, scissors, and vacations oh my so much. I'm checking my list that I made of all the free stuff because some of the stuff that I don't have, but I know it exists. The transportation trading cards, those are very unique as well. If you don't know what those are, all of the different modes of transportation have little trading cards. They look similar to the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom cards, but they are about the transportation. Each of the monorail lines has one. The ferries have them. The minivans have them. Supposedly the Skyliner had one. And with the Skyliner being down, I don't know how many they gave out. I don't know if it's going to end up being one of those when they bring the Skyliner back on, if they're going to have different transportation trading cards, so it makes the ones that they had at the beginning more unique. I know that when they first rolled out the minivans, they had a limited edition transportation card, and I found it on eBay. Was it eBay? Yeah, I found it on eBay, and it was like $30 or $40 for the limited edition minivan card because there's 2 of them now that they have regularly. Now that minivan's running full time, but it's different than the one that they rolled out with originally. So that's something to consider if they have a transportation. Oh, and the Magical Express has a transportation card, and the regular Disney buses have them as well. No, Disney Fanatic, not have to collect maps when I go to Disney next year to watch this. Oh, that's awesome, Disney Fanatic. Dizzar James says, we get mats at every park every time we go. It's a great souvenir. Wizard of Oz, Pam Sam says, Wizard of Oz is amazing. Other than Disney movies, I can watch that movie over and over. Our high school did the Wizard of Oz my sophomore year, and I was a munchkin. Do you remember, if anyone remembers those old plastic colored scooters that you rolled around on in gym class in elementary school? We used those. Our principal was a fantastic woodworker. I can't talk. And he built little boxes to go on top of them. So imagine 5'6", 5'7" high schoolers scooting around on a stage on these little scooters. We were falling over and everything. It was pretty funny. So I hear the Wizard of Oz is Pant Stacy, but I hear go to Disney. Dizzard James says, go to Disney Springs for transportation trading cards. They had all of them there and gave them to us. Oh, that's awesome, Dizzard James. Stacey Rogers says, I wouldn't be surprised if Brandy from Brandy and Dave didn't have a million of the mini fan cards. The original limited edition ones or the new ones, Stacey? Shep Family, my favorite souvenirs are free. Amen on that. Free souvenirs. I'm all about free souvenirs. This one, I have to grab something. I didn't know if I was going to show you this or not, but I think you guys are going to appreciate it. On our first trip to Disney, we were in Epcot, and this was back when they had the Duffies for the KidCot stations. I still have an uncolored Duffy. I keep him in my craft room. And there were a couple of cast members in the Canada Pavilion that were coloring Duffies as different characters. These are just both. Oh, interesting. And she asked me if I could name this attraction, she'd give me this Duffy. The cast member had colored a Duffy as the bellhop from Tower of Terror. And I just think that this is amazingly awesome. And it is one of my favorite souvenirs from our first trip to Disney. If you haven't seen one of the videos that I did with Sam about our trips to Disney, our first trip in 2014, I honestly thought would be our one and only trip. And let me tell you, we were moving because I was getting everything in that I could possibly do. Same goes for the food. My favorite souvenir food. Oh, yes. Food. Food is a must at Disney. Free. Little Darling says free is the best. Yes, free, free, free. So, but now they have some other sort of craft and world showcase, and I'm not quite sure what it is now, but it's just like they're little cards, like little that would look like a passport book, and I'm looking forward to getting those on our trip this time because I want to see what they look like. I've seen them like online, but I haven't seen them in person yet. Trading cards. Oh, that's right. The driver's license. If at the and I just spaced on it. Oh my gosh. The driving in Tomorrowland. If you ask the cast members, sometimes they have little driver's license that they will give you. Whether you are an adult or a kid, they will give you one. Sometimes they have them and sometimes they don't. So if you're going over to Tomorrowland to drive the cars, ask them if they have the driver's license. One of the free things of food that I'm really going to miss. Thank you, Dessert Dream Tomorrowland Speedway. Yes, and now I feel really dumb. So that's all right. I'll survive, I think. You guys won't hold it against me too much, I don't think. No one left. They're not going, Lena's dumb. We're leaving. Club Cool is gone, and I'm so sad. I'm going to admit, I only went to Club Cool on our first trip in 2014 to get Sam to try the Beverly, but that backfired on me because he actually likes Beverly. Little Darling says, "What? I did not know that. I need that license." Yes, they don't have them all the time. So make sure, and I would ask like first thing in the morning just to see if they have them that day. And it may be one day they have them, the next day they don't. So make sure and check on that. But yeah, Sam actually likes Beverly because his dad is from Italy and he grew up drinking Beverly. So that blew my fun. I was expecting him to make all these horrible faces, and that just didn't work. This is our dream. At the Chef family is familiar with Club Cool, especially the Beverly. Yes. And kudos to the Diz and That crew, Resort TV One, and everyone. Think Corey Meets World, and everyone else who was involved with the Beverly Challenge. That was just awesome. That was one of the first times that I had watched one of the live streams straight through. Every time something had come up, and I was able to be a part of that, and it was just so cool that I got to watch that. So kudos to everyone who participated in that. So I think I'm going to call it an end for today. 30 minutes, my first live broadcast. Let me know. Go ahead and leave me any comments. I'll wait for a few minutes. Is there anything that I could do better? And I mean, I know I'm opening it up for could be some real interesting comments on that. Is there anything else that you guys think I could do better? Chef family, haha, Jeff. Stace, Pam's fam. YouTube is taking likes again. I hit the like button when I came in and I just thought it was gone. Oh yes, please remember to hit the like and the thumbs up for me. And if you enjoyed the video, I won't hold it against you if you hit the thumbs down. I will completely understand. The Shet family says, "Oh, great job, Lena. Thank you guys. Stacy, it was a great first stream. Thank you. Paul McDonald, thank you. Stacy, we want it to be longer." Oh boy. Okay, well, next Disney Fan, it's a glitch. Oh, you did very well. Thanks. Thank you, Diz Our Dream. Stacey, next week I will go for an hour. This week I think I'm panicking a little bit too. Little Darling says, "No, girl, just being yourself is awesome." Oh, thank you. My bumbling self. You did awesome, Lena. Everyone is nervous their first time. It will just get easier. I hope so. Let me tell you, I had the worst time getting this going, and I'm glad I started dealing with it about noon. We were starting to make lunch, and I was wanting to test to make sure my headset was working and my camera was working. And first the camera would work, and then the mic wouldn't work. And so I went, okay. So then the mic would work and the camera wouldn't. So I went under settings because I'm using find it there. I'm using StreamYard, and I actually had to go down to like 300 and something on the camera resolution because the two higher ones just showed a black screen. So I don't know if it's my computer, because my computer is a little older, or if it was something with StreamYard, but I had to go down to the lowest one to get it to actually do the mic and the camera at the same time. Hey, Mike Wheeler, so glad that you jumped on. I've been a bumbling mess today, so everyone's been really nice though. So I'm so glad that you'd be able to make it, Mike. Mike Wheeler, he's awesome. See him all the time in the different live streams that I jump on. But so I was able to finally get it working about 2:00, and I was going, okay, good. I left it up in the back end for StreamYard, just looking like every once in a while I'd flip from the different things I was working on just make sure that the camera was still working, and I'd make little weird mic sounds into the mic to make the little thing go up and down to show that the mic was working. So because I was so paranoid it was going to stop working. Stacey Rogers says, "I've only been on a Disney's Life for Me on Jeopardy 3 times, and I remember my first time I was so nervous. So each time you'll enjoy it more. Yes, I feel so much better now that the first one is out of the way. And so I think that next week will be so much more easier. One of the things that I wanted to do, and I don't know how well it would work for a live stream, is putting together a paper piecing, something similar to like one of the some like this for the haunted mansion, or one of these for the haunted mansion, room for one more. I think I would have to like pre-cut everything, just or do like I don't know how well it would work for a live stream, but I think I might do like some sort of time lapse for it for as a regular vlog. I did one for a day off video that I did earlier in the vlogging time, and I wasn't quite sure exactly how to do that at that point, so it may be something that I revisit. You're Pam, you are being you're absolutely fine. Really, Lena. We love real people just being themselves. Well, I trust me, I am as real as they come because it's it's nothing for me to be kind of a bumbling fool. So one of my friends, her name is Renee. I hadn't seen her since high school, and I was doing something. I was setting up my job. I'm actually the office manager for our Chamber of Commerce. And I was setting up for an event, and I was being dumb, and I looked across this vacant room I was setting up. I literally ran across the room and just jumped and finished running across the room. And she turns and looks at me and goes, "Lena, you haven't changed since high school." And I go, "Is that a good thing or a bad thing?" And she goes, "It's a good thing because that means you haven't lost who you are." And I'm like, some days I'm sure they would like me to be a little bit more professional at my job, but that's just not who I am. So, whew, everyone's just chatting in the chat to each other. I love that. I love our little community that the Shep family said last night in history, and that Resort TV one is kind of brought together. I kind of I followed Steve's World and the Shep family and Pam's fam and Mike Wheeler and pretty much everyone else in the chat from chats and Resort TV one, and then I started watching everyone else's live stream. And my first live stream with the Diz and That crew was the ballerina Steve incident. So that was a little interesting. And then the one about the UK pavilion where Steve was dressed up as the Queen. I wasn't quite sure how. I have learned from Stacey Rogers not to drink anything or eat anything during these live streams. And I've also learned to keep my inhaler close to me because I die laughing and need my emergency inhaler more than once during one of their live streams. Oh, so and that's awesome. Yeah, I love how this is just a big community. You guys are just awesome. Oh, I'm trying to think of anything else to go over. Oh, that's right. Something that I didn't do. I actually got to see the Animation Academy where Launch Bay is before it got changed over into Launch Bay. Um, but I didn't do the animation class, and I'm really sad that I didn't do it there. But Art of Animation um, has the animations class, and it's also at Rafiki's Planet Watch over in Animal Kingdom, and it's fast passable. And so I am actually using a travel agent for the first time, and I told her that I wanted to do the animation experience. So that is something that's free that you can put in your scrapbooks as well. Cesar says, "Wait, Stace Ballerina was your first introduction to this and that, and you're still here." Yes, I am. I am. I am still here. Stacey, I just wish I would learn to take my own advice. Yes, it's good advice too. It's very good advice. And Little Don says famous ballerina. Yes. I think that no matter how long it goes on, the ballerina will always be brought up in some sort of stream, whether it's Resort TV 1 or this and that. I think someone is bringing up the Steve ballerina. And Pam says, deceived and scare away with that. I think we have a keeper. Yes! Yay! I'm a keeper. I like that. Yes. Mike Wheeler says, yes, Stacy last night had a mouthful of cereal and she learned the hard way. I had a mouthful of caramel macchiato out of my Keurig when I saw that. So I'm with you, Stacy, on that. So Stacey, it's not even so much the ballerina as it was the makeup. Oh my gosh, I think it really was the makeup because and then last night trying to tell him, no, you need to clean your brushes on a tissue. Oh, we're gonna use a tissue to put it on. We need a live stream of them trying to do their makeup because that would be really entertaining. Disney Fanatic says, I can't stop laughing when I hear Steve's ballerina story. Mike Wheeler says, I agree with you, Pam. We've got to keep her here. Aw, thanks, Mike Wheeler. Stacy says, Mike, it never failed. I should have known better. I think we should all know better at this point. Chef Family, the makeup was absolutely priceless. So, Chef Family, when should we see a live stream of you doing your makeup? Because if you did that as a fundraiser for Give Kids the World, I bet you could probably match what you made at the Beverly Challenge. Since Club Cool isn't around anymore, something to think about. Makeup tutorials by Steve and Shep. Oh my gosh, the story about buying the makeup was awesome. I was literally laying in bed listening to that last night, and I think I was shaking the bed. I was laughing so hard. Will Don says, I'll even settle for a swatch video. Mike Wheeler says, I think Meg should go on one Wednesday night with them and do a makeup tutorial in real life and see how they do. I agree, Mike Wheeler. I agree with that. I think we'd all watch that. The Chef family says, oh man, that'll be interesting. Hey, we're all on board. We're waiting for that video. I have my Relay for Life mug. I got it in the mail yesterday. If you haven't seen that video, I videoed our Relay for Life. It was our county's 25th relay, and I am involved with that. If you haven't seen that video, Sam is a 10-year cancer survivor this year of Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I got involved more as a leadership position this past year. And when you raise money, you get points and you can purchase things from the relay store. And I purchased a to-go mug that I absolutely love it now. I've used this, I've had my cappuccino in it for like an hour and it's still hot. So it's not a Yeti, but it acts like a Yeti. Oh, I've got to go back up and see. Stacy says, yes, we should all know better, but I can see I'm always going to have to be posting the PSA. Yes, Stacy, that is a great thing. Please always post a PSA because somebody's going to be new like I was and try to choke to death. Asthma havers beware. Have an emergency inhaler on you. Little Darlin says, super idea. Panster says, you need to hear about Steve's Walmart excursion when he was in Disney. Yes, I do need to hear about that. I want to know about that. Stacy Rogers says, Mike, the only thing unfair about the guys doing makeup tutorials, we actually have to watch it. You get spared from seeing the horror. I'm kind of with Stacy on that one, but somebody make sure to describe it for Mike because it's not fair that he doesn't get to have nightmares too. Mike Wheeler says, hey everybody, if you haven't checked out my autograph video she posted yesterday, it's a really cool video. Aw, thanks, Mike. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love getting character autographs. I'm kind of the adult in the line when everyone's going, where is her kids? Because I'm going, yay, I get to see Mickey Mouse. That would be me. I tell people that I'm really a really tall 3-year-old because I don't act my age at all. Mike says, I know, Stacey, I'm glad I'm able to sleep peacefully at night by not seeing Steve's makeup. Yeah, that's not fair, Mike. We're going to have to describe that for you because you need to be in torment with the rest of us. Oh, yeah, I appreciate everyone. You guys have made me feel so special tonight. You honestly don't know. Um, I am at 72. Like I said at the beginning, I've had 72 subscribers, and when I reach 100, I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to give away at this point, but I am going to do a giveaway. But I know a couple things that are going to be included. And I can't remember if I mentioned this in my video yesterday because I recorded it like 5 times before I was happy with it. I pulled out my bag with my Sharpies in it, and inside of it, I'll just grab them all so you can actually see how many I have. On our last trip, I decided I was going to collect Walt Disney World pins, like, the ones that are in our room that you sign with at a restaurant. And I thought I had lost them all. I found them! And so I think I'm going to throw a couple pins into my giveaway. Just because I think everybody needs a Walt Disney World pen. Because using them makes me happy. And I think they just exude happiness. Oh, the Chef family says, ha ha ha. Pam says, neither do me and Mike. We don't act his age. He is younger than me. Mike says, I'm not the only one. He's the same way, and I was in entertainment for 4 years, and I'm still the same way. Oh, Mike, were you a cast member? I guess I didn't connect that. Where were you a cast member? I'd love to know that. Stacey says, well, I know I talked too long into going longer, but sadly I have to go now. Everyone have a great night, and don't forget, Dole Up Dad has a double dose of DizTube tonight. Yes, I'm going to mention those before I jump off here in a few minutes, because I know there's another one that starts at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Have a great night, Stacey, and I will go into the chat and try to figure out how to make you a mod so that that's done for next week. Chef Frank says, agreed. I always grab the pins too. Okay, it's not just me. We always stay at Pop Century, and I commented when we were changing out our quick service and snacks for snacks to take home, I mentioned how much I love the pens, and that's how I ended up with a ton of the black ones, because he just reached in a drawer and handed me a handful of it. I'm like, works for me. Make my day. Michael says, Pam, we act our ages just the family, brother, sister, father. Yeah, yeah, you guys do argue like brother and sister. I think it's awesome. It is completely awesome. Oh, yes, Stacey, you did talk me into going longer. Oh, but it was fun. It was kind of fun to be able to do what I was going to talk about and then kind of chat with you guys in the live stream. I'm going to be so much better at this next week, I promise. But it was so much fun. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Like I said, if you haven't, please hit the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, please don't feel like you have to, but I'd love it if you did. Like I said, when I hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway, and I think I'm getting some ideas in my head of what I'm going to do. I don't know 100%, but I think you guys will really like it. So I am going to be live every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, and I will see you in the streams, and I'll see you back here on Sunday. Bye!